Okay, so today for language arts, we're going to review point of view, and then you guys are going to do some task cards where you're practicing figuring out whether it's first or third person. Then you're going to have one more Kamiko story that has one question in there about point of view. So make sure you're paying attention so everybody gets that question right. Okay, so point of view has to do with the perspective or view from which the narrator tells the story. Okay, first person means the narrator is a character in the story, right? Third person means it's a narrator that is not in the story. Okay, so let's look back at our pictures we did yesterday. We had 2 more left, and we're gonna talk about the perspectives that we could write in. We have kids on a bike, and then looks like a dad helping them. So we could write from the dad's perspective or the kid's perspective. So those of you watching this video at home, you can just continue these notes from yesterday where we you guys type in what we're discussing, okay? Because we're writing them as a class. So for first person, I can be talking like I am one of these kids, or I can talk like I am the dad. So which one do we want to do?
Kids.
Okay, kids. So for first person, I'm telling the story like I'm in it. So if I'm talking about the story and I am the kid that's doing the speaking, what is something that I could write? Kelsey?
The girl, I can do this.
Okay, good.
To keep pushing.
I can do this. I just have to keep
Pedaling.
pushing. Okay, so that's from the kid's perspective. So notice your pronouns. We're using I for first person. For third person, do we use I, me, us, my? Do we use any of those? No, because we're not in the story anymore. You're talking about the picture, but you take out yourself. Okay? You're speaking like you're the narrator. Okay? So we could say, the girl, Lauren, was learning to ride her bike. Dad and brother were there to cheer her on. Okay, so now can you tell that we're not in the story? When we're writing this, does it sound like somebody that's there, or they're just telling it about somebody that's there? Yes, okay. So we took out the pronouns I, and now we're using her. So that's a clue that it's third person, not first. Okay, the girl Lauren was learning to ride her bike. Dad and brother were there to cheer her on. Okay, now we have one more on the back. It's the baseball game. This is the last one, so I want you guys to try it. Write a sentence in first person and then in third person. First, let's do the perspectives. Who could you be if you were at this baseball game? Allie?
A Rachel. Like,
You mean a spectator, a fan?
yeah.
Okay, you could be a fan in the bleachers.
A player, like,
A player, Jalen.
I was gonna say a player.
You could be a coach. Could you be an umpire?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So if you're writing in first person, you can say, I really enjoyed this exciting game if you're a fan. Okay. Now player, you might say a different sentence. Okay. So pick one of these to write your first person sentence.
What's the umpire?
Umpire is the person that's behind the plate calling balls and strikes and outs. You usually have one out in the field too that's calling out or safe. So we have fan. You could be the player, you could be the coach, or you could be the umpire. So first person sentence from one of those perspectives. Go ahead and write that now. Okay, Bryson, do you want to share your sentence? We should just have one. First person right now.
I am up to bat.
I am up to bat. Kelsey?
I'm a fan. I am enjoying this game so much.
Okay, I am enjoying this game so much. So that could be a fan watching the game. Their perspective. Allie, what was your first person
I was
sentence?
a fan too. It said, OMG, I love the football game. This is the best to watch people play. Did you say football game?
It's baseball. I love the baseball game. It is fun to watch these people so much. Is that what she said? Okay. Anybody else want to share? Okay. So, do y'all hear the pronouns they were using? What pronoun were they using?
There was I.
I. Good. Now, for a third person. Third person, make sure that you're taking the I out. You're describing this situation or any part of the game, but you're taking the I out and you're just describing something. Or you may use a character's name. You're not going to say, I am up to bat. You would say,
This is
number 2, Bryson Bueller is up to bat. Okay? He is going to hit a home run. So you're changing it to where you're describing the situation like a narrator. Okay, third person. Now that you've had some time to write and come up with your ideas, who would like to share what they wrote? Bryson? Whoa, that was a good hit. Okay, but that's dialogue, so we want to try to use something else to go with the dialogue, because dialogue cannot really help you figure out whether it's first or third. Okay? So what's another sentence that could go with that? That was a good hit, said the fans, but that's still dialogue. What's another sentence? The crowd cheered when he hit a grand slam. The fans said, wow, that was a great hit. Okay, so see the difference? There's something else that goes along with the dialogue, not just dialogue. Okay? Allie, what was your sentence?
The number 10 is going to catch the ball. Number 10 catched the ball and hitting a home run. Caught.
Number 10 is going to catch the ball. What was your second sentence? Number 10 is going to catch the ball.
Number 10 is going, I guess, is going to catch the ball and hitting a home run.
Number 10 is going to catch the ball and hitting a home run? That's what your sentence was?
Is it okay?
Okay, yeah, this part's good. Number 10 is going to catch the ball. Okay, so number 10 is going to catch the ball. He is a great player that never makes mistakes. So you're the narrator talking about the game from the outside perspective. Okay, so now do we see the difference between first and third person? This one you may see the character, which in this case we didn't have a name, we just called him number 10. So you're going to see the character's name. And you're going to see pronouns like what? He or she, him or his. Okay? We had she, her, they or them, okay? Over here, the main pronoun you're going to hear is what? I or me, okay? We or us, if you're talking about a group of people. Our or ours. My or mine. Okay? So these go together if you're just talking about yourself. And these go together if you're talking about a group of people. Okay? So the main difference you would see is over here you're going to have the character's name for third person, and you're probably going to have he or she. Okay? So now what you're going to do for your assignment, you're going to get these task cards that look like this. Okay? So we're going to do a couple practice problems together, and you're going to tell me whether they're first person or third person. Number 1 says, I love rock climbing. I go rock climbing every weekend with my dad. It is so fun to be up so high. One day, I hope that I can be a professional rock climber. That would be so great. So do you think that's first or third person? First. Good. So we would circle on your task card. On Seesaw, you guys were going to choose A for that one. Those of y'all in class, you're going to be writing your answer on your little recording sheet that just has the boxes and the numbers. Okay. Number 2, Juan sat in the doctor's office hoping that the doctor would forget about the shot that he needed. He was very nervous. You could tell by how quietly he sat, biting his fingernails. First or third?
Third.
Third. And how did you know?
Because it sounded like a narrator or something.
Sounded like a narrator. Kaylee?
And it had a name.
It had a name, a character's name.
He looked scared.
It had the pronoun he.
And it says it talks about the other person and not the first person talking about him.
Yes, we said that. The character's name is in there and the pronoun he. Over here, the pronoun was I. Okay? Number 3. I cannot find my favorite game after my brother was done playing with it. He is always taking my toys without asking for permission. I have looked all over the house and I still can't find it. Evangeline?
First person.
First person. It is the main person that's talking is using I. I could not find it. I have looked all over the place. It does have the pronoun he, but that's not the person speaking, right? The person speaking is the one who can't find the game. Okay, last one we're going to do together. Marie is in the 3rd grade this year. Her favorite subject in school is math. She loves numbers and always gets good grades on her test. This year, she will even be trying out for the soccer team. Okay, what do you think, Javea? Is that 1st or 3rd? What makes you think it's 1st person? Third person? Okay, so we changed our mind. Why we change our mind to 3rd?
Because it says
Just Javea. There's no one in the story talking. You can tell this is somebody else, a narrator. Okay. What else makes it obvious that it's 3rd person? Evangeline? It says the name, the character's name. The pronouns are her and she instead of I, like it was on these two. Okay? So now, do we understand the difference?
yes.
Okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to continue the rest of these task cards, choosing whether it's speaking in 1st person or 3rd person. Okay?